Hi everyone, this is part 3 to our ongoing investigation about the Neo and Smith character shown in all of Hollywood. How this same fight has been shown since the Dune movies of the two houses fighting each other. And how at the end of the age, this is the fight that's going to go on a lot with what's known as the character the Smith, which is like the Jesuits, and they are with an actual devil entity named Sutech, or Set, or It is the name of him also. And then we have Neo, which is raised up to tear down the old world order and to set up the new world order. Neo is not seen as this guy looks like the hero to the regular world because he's coming to change everything. This is what we have shown. In the Bible, this happened with David. After David killed Goliath, he didn't become king then. He actually was chased around by another Jewish king for a while. And he went and he lived with the rebels until the kingdom fell, until the throne fell. Then he came in and he became the king. Because both had been anointed. Both David and Saul had been anointed at that time, and that's what that was in the Bible. You can read that as you wish about David. But this fight here is what they keep showing in all the movies as we've shown through here. We're going to show now in about Snow White how it's the same thing. Because in Snow White, here this is Snow White, sorry. In Snow White they have Snow White, obviously, against the Dark Queen. And they have the huntsman coming with the axe. As we've shown about the Smith character, in this movie, she has a man named Finn, which she can empower. And he is just like the Vulcan, if you will. His name is Finn. He is just like the Smith. He can heal and everything else. And the huntsman has to kill him on a tree, representing changing of the age, if you will. The same thing like the Matrix movie, it shows that the Dark Queen's soldiers are all like glass. If you watch part 2, how they showed that when they killed the Smith or the El Diablo coming through, that he was like obsidian. All of her soldiers are like mirrored glass. This is the symbolism that anybody around you can be in her army. Just like in the Matrix, anybody that was not unplugged at any point in time could be working for her and have the Smith secretly controlling them, even if they didn't know. The same way in the Matrix movie. This is the Smith right here. Let's take a look at a clip of this.
It's Snow White and the Huntsman.
Mirror, mirror, on the wall, who is fairest of them all?
My queen.
This is the entities on the other side of the mirror that they talk about, that all of the world is hosts, and that these things can work through the mirrors, working the hosts. And they have their own hierarchy on the other side of the mirror, whatever you want to say, who's in charge. On the other side of the mirror, they can move quickly between all of the world and between the different hosts, doing all of their communications, seeing all of the world. The spiritual realms, that's how they work.
You have defied nature and robbed it of its fairest fruit.
She's robbed it all. The milk means souls. She's been killing all the children for youth.
But on this day, there is one more beautiful than you.
Who is it?
Snow White. She is the reason your powers wane. Take her heart in your hand, and you shall never again need to.
You see how she's sucking the person's soul out? I showed this on a hieroglyph also, an actual picture of this entity doing this exactly to him. I'm going to show it real quick. Let's see it. I break down a lot of hieroglyphs. This is one of Akhenaten, and it's working out showing the end times. In this one, it's broken down 4 different ways. It's very intricate. The spiritual realms have been controlling everything, and most of the world doesn't believe that. And that's the perfect trick. That is what both sides want, to keep the world spinning around just as it is, in the matrix, if you will. But it's broken down 4 different ways, any way you turn it, with the intricacies of the different glyphs and the etchings all through there. So when you turn it this way, we're going to show that other entity. This shows when a stone comes down. You see how this looks like a stone? When this stone falls, just as we keep showing, that's when everything starts. It shows a whole series here. I have a longer breakdown, if you will. Like when that stone falls, this begins. That's the sequence of how it's read. I break down a lot of these hieroglyphs from all around the world. This entity right here, they have several of them that look like a clown, but this is the one that's called It, just like that woman, and he's sucking souls. He's right here in the intricacies of it all. It shows the Father and then him sending this other guy. Here we go. You can see this clownish thing just like the woman, and they're sucking on this dog, which represents the dog star Sirius, which has a lot to do with the souls. They show that the earth basically we all have 1 foot in the earth and 1 foot in the heavenly realms, and our soul comes through the celestial things, and then our bodies are created here. Our soul is a celestial thing. We have an actual soul that is different than just flesh and blood. But all of this is right in here. Let me get this right first. Dang it. There we go. It's like this right here. So you can see this right here. This is like the Iron Man character to getting rid of him, the Neo. And then you will have the Neo versus the Smith right there, to get control of the dog star and get it all done. Or whatever it is, take care of the souls. All of that is right there. There's that evil queen or whatever. Your Lilith, if you will. And Lilith has a champion. She has a Finn, the Smith, if you will. Because they've shown that this thing could be female. I mean, it's a celestial thing. It could be, male or female, probably. All that right there. So there we go. She's doing the exact same thing that we have seen the Sutech thing do in other films, showing the 2 sides. Just like that. When I did my Puppet Master breakdown, they fight Sutech, literally. And that's what the Sutech character did. And it had all types of little Finn guys around, if you will.
Consume youth. You shall never again weaken or age.
Finn. That's her champion, the Smith.
Bring me the king's daughter. What does she want from me? You beating heart.
She wants to touch her. Just as I talked about in Star Trek and that other thing. These freaking nasty things. These things are nasty.
possess rare beauty, my love. In here. Never lose it.
She was chased into the dark forest, where the men lost her.
They trick the huntsman into going to looking for her, saying that they will give him his wife back. Later on, he finds out that this Dark Queen can't resurrect people. She doesn't have any power like that. Only Jesus can give life.
You are one of few who has ventured into the dark forest. One of my prisoners has escaped there.
And he's dead.
She.
She is certainly dead.
Just as I showed in that supernatural thing, they are trying to trick some of the horsemen and some of the people to trying to... It's a very deceitful thing, and they're working on both sides of the mirror. It's something that we don't understand. They're actually trying to trick even spiritual things on God's team. I mean, even trying to mess with the horsemen of the apocalypse. They've shown that several times to try to trick him. Just as Dean went after Eve. Just as the huntsman goes after her. And then he has to make a choice. And then he decides to help her. Instead, get rid of all the glass men. All the fake people that are all over the earth that are really just hosts for all the evil spirits. The mirror images. All of the Smiths, if you will. They've all cut themselves and they're linked to everybody. That is the tear that is in the vine. The DNA has to be fixed by planting a new tree where both are blended together. That is the actual plan of Jesus in Zechariah. He will cut two staves asunder, and then he will make one staff.
Find her. Bring her to me.
If I refuse,
See all the glass in the mirror? That's their powers through the mirror. And people don't know that they're working through them. Just a whisper. Hey, do this, do that.
Right. All right.
who are you? Why the Queen wants you dead?
You should know you're the one hunting me.
Quick work. Well done, Huntsman. Hand her over.
What do you intend to do with her?
Why do you care? You did your job well. Now keep your word.
The Jesuits. Jesuit. They work for that it thing. The guys in black. The men in black. Just like Neo is versus the Smith. And they had to convince Neo to do his job, remember? Or if you've seen the Matrix movie, the Smith was actually trying to get Neo to work for him at some point and offering him to clear his name and such. There is the Minotaur thing, just as we showed on the Dendera chart we just showed about the Minotaur rising up. The bull that is meant to do everything at the end. The bull works for her. They figure out in a few minutes that this bull protects her. All of the forest protects her. Just like in the Gelfling movie too, in Dark Crystal. And then the elves come out, or excuse me, the dwarves. But everybody ends up helping the white girl, the white queen, to be the princess to take down the other people.
Oh no, dwarves.
Kill them both, yeah. This causes nothing but trouble.
I don't like killing girls.
Okay.
Good.
She's pretty. Who is she?
My father was King Magnus.
Does she speak the truth?
Yes. Where she leads, I follow.
Where are we?
They call it Sanctuary, milady.
have eyes, Huntsman, but you cannot see. She is the one.
They're after somebody. Really. They showed this in the Star Trek movie too. In that movie, the blonde girl, who was the Admiral's daughter, her real name is even Alice Eve. Just like in the Fifth Element movie. There's a real avatar somewhere on the earth that they're looking for. And they want to freaking have her heart. This is a nasty game they're playing.
I see an end to darkness.
See her come out of the pit? But everybody on this earth thinks this is, you know, these people are running the earth. These have all the armies, all of the ships, all of the banks. This is the big battle that God probably even, the types of things he likes to have. You know, the greatest adventure of all time. Did you see how she has the kingdom? She has the tower. She has all the men. She has the police. She has the law. All that girl has is the huntsman versus all of that. And that bull. And God.
Let them come.
See how they're all glass? They're all just empty hosts. This is another movie called Crawl. This is the exact same thing. Now, they say they show movies showing the other side too, like Star Trek or Men in Black. They stop the ascension every time. They call it saving the earth, but really it's stopping everybody from reaching heaven. And this one, in Crawl, here's the San Onofre power plant. Here's the guy, and he's having to fight an alien. All through this. This guy, who has the tower and controls the earth. That is the Dark Queen thing, who has the Smith, the Sutech. Each one, all of them right there. And he has to get a band of misfits because the Dark Tower controls everything. That's what I'm saying. This, you know, this guy is, he's not going to be looking like a hero when he shows up for whatever God has planned. He's going to tear down this world order and set up the new world order. He's coming to get his bride. Confess with your mouth, the Lord is Jesus. Believe in your heart, God hath raised him from the dead, and you'll be saved. Hallelujah, everyone. There's a really big battle going on all around us, and it's right in front of us. All we have to do is look and see. Thank you very much, everybody.
On a distant planet, a great kingdom was ravaged by beings who came from the future to conquer the universe. Now, the only survivors follow a doubtful seer and a throneless king.
They will hold her in the Black Fortress. You must have help.
Thieves, bandits, fighters and brawlers.
Desperate men. Those are the kind of men I need.
Well, you heard him. We are now an army.
At the end of an impossible journey, they must fight an invincible enemy.
Here's the knowledge you seek.
I shall be your king.
In the fortress, you will face more than the slayers.
What is about to happen to them could never have happened on Earth. Columbia Pictures presents a world apart from anything you have seen before. Crawl.
When Rick Myers tapped into the secret of artificial life,
it's the formula.
He became the master of Andre Toulon's puppets.
The future is yours, Rick, as well as the magic. Guard and protect it and keep it from evil.
Now, his new-found power will make him a pawn.
And you say there are 7 of these puppets still at the hotel?
Between a corporation.
Now, once we're inside, what we're looking for are 6 stringless puppets.
And a demon from hell.
The others, are they still in the hotel?
Just pick up anything that looks like a puppet.
Something's not right.
One will stop at nothing to capture the puppets.
You think these things are dangerous?
Oh, please, not ridiculous.
The other will unleash the forces of darkness.
My queen, yet another kingdom falls to your glory. Is there no end to your power?
Mirror, mirror on the wall, who is fairest of them all?
You are the fairest, but there is another destined to surpass you.
What does she want from me?
Consume her heart, and you shall rule forever.
Find me someone who doesn't fear the dark forest to hunt her down.
Hey! If I refuse...
Who are you? Why is the queen wants you dead?
You should know you're the one hunting me.
You have eyes, huntsman, but you do not see. She is destined to end the darkness.
I should have killed her when she was a child. I need her heart beating with blood.
I've seen what she sees. I can kill her.
I will give this wretched world the queen it deserves. Lips red as blood, hair black as night. Bring me your heart, my dear, dear Snow White. Let them come.